Yo. Alright. Fire this up, man. Alright, so we want to Alright, so check. I'm gonna make my favorite dish, which is Rotisserie Cornish Hens, man. What we got here is we got some game Cornish hens. We got some game hens, Cornish hens, right? And what I did yesterday is I set them in water, salt water with a little bit of salt, and I created a brine, right? And if you don't know what a brine is basically a way to flavor your chicken inside the flesh of the chicken. It's basically making sure the inside, of course the outside is going to be good because I'm going to make sure it tastes that way and seasoned properly. But to get the flesh and the inside of the chicken seasoned and flavorful, what you want to do, one of the ways that you can do it is make a brine, right? Easy. It's just salt water. And what that does is it permeates the flesh of the chicken. It seeps into the flesh of the chicken, and it makes sure the inside tastes like something. That's all it is. It's just making sure the inside tastes like something. It's ways to brine chicken. Different ways to brine chicken and meat. Some people use pickle juice, like sit the chicken, the poultry inside of pickle juice. That's a way to brine meat. It's just getting that flavor, that salt flavor or some sort of flavor to seep into the flesh of the chicken. You could use chicken bouillons, water with chicken bouillons in there. Sit it in there. Of course, the longer you sit it inside of that liquid, the more flavorful it will be. So, all right, boom. 2 nice sized Cornish game hens. I let it brine overnight. Put it in there yesterday, they come out. So my chicken has been brined. So these Cornish hens are gonna be really, really good, man. It'll be really, really good. I already started the flavor process yesterday. So that's what I'm making today, man. I'm gonna make some, what I'm making right now is some Cornish game hens. This is my favorite meal. My favorite meal to eat. It takes me, this is my favorite dish, like, period, ever to eat. I can eat this, if it's something that I can eat over and over, every day, like, days on end, it's Cornish game hens. My, get some of these feathers off of here. The reason why I love Cornish game hens, man, is because my great-grandmother Rose, she used to make it for me when I was little. And when I was little, right, you know, I thought that these little chickens I thought she got them for me, like they was like kid chickens. Cause you know, you see a big chicken and you think that's an adult chicken or whatever. This is what I'm thinking when I was little or whatever. And this chicken, it was small and it was like kid size. So I was like, yeah, man, I'm a big boy. I can eat a whole chicken by myself. And I would eat the whole this whole hen by myself, man. And she would make it for me. My great grandmother Rose, man, she would bake them. She would bake them in the oven, and it was just one of the things that she prepared that was top notch. That was just so good, man. And so this particular dish, I'm partial to it, and it's special to me, as it take me back to a place where it take me back to Carroll Street. You know what I'm saying? Pigtown, like where my grandmother was alive, and she would cook these delicious meals for me and the family. You know what I'm saying? My Aunt Shemaine and them, yo, and like she would make me Cornish game hens. So as I grew up, as I got older, Cornish game hens has been one of my favorite things to eat. It is my favorite thing to eat. And with the Cornish game hens, she would make mashed potatoes, she'd make corn on the cob, and she'd make these biscuits. These biscuits called like Biscuit biscuits, right? And I don't have no Biscuit biscuits right now. I never really prepared Biscuit biscuits. I'm not a baker. I'm not a good baker like that. I'm better is on the stove and cooking things. You know, baking is an art in itself. But she would make Biscuit biscuits, Cornish game hens, mashed potatoes, corn on the cob, and that's my favorite meal. Like, I could eat it over and over and over. Pause. And that's what I'm making, man. That's what I'm making, man. It's my favorite thing to eat. So, if you wanted to know what's my favorite thing to eat, like if you want to cook me something special to just like wow me, this is what I would be happy with. This is what you could cook me, man. I like Cornish hens, man. Mashed potatoes, some biscuits, and some like fresh corn on the cob. So what I'm doing here is I'm seasoning up the outside of my game hens. Earlier, I told you I had it grinding. So now I'm seasoning the outside of my game hens. And it's real simple, ain't a whole lot of rap, it's easy. Salt, pink Himalayan salt, pepper, accent, garlic powder, parsley, and some seasoning oil. That's all you gotta do. Easy, easy. That's all you need to do to season chicken. Salt, pepper, garlic powder, some seasoned oil, and some parsley. So now that I have, put a little bit more fresh cracked peppercorns. So while I'm rocking this, man, you can just sit back, be a fly on the wall, and watch me while I put this together, man. It's almost between this and crab cakes. I could eat crab cakes all day, every day, but as far as like a wholesome meal with condiments and like the side items, this right here is my favorite thing in the world to eat. And I'm not baking them. I'm using my rotisserie machine, and my entrepreneur put me on with the Showtime rotisserie machine. I like them rotisserie like that. They're really, really good rotisserie like that. So I just want to share this with you. And this recipe will be inside of my book, Chef Cooking Feva. We're working on real hard. Yeah, man, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna let this rock. So like these game hens are small. They don't take that much to fill them up. So what I'm doing, I'm just gonna put some fresh fruit inside of my game hens. Peppers and garlic, man. Because it's real important, very, very important to make sure it's seasoned inside and out. Inside and out. Here. I'm just peeling some fresh garlic, whole cloves of garlic. These will go inside of my Cornish game hens. What you could do, you could get like some minced garlic and put on the outside of them. That slap too. That's really, really good. Like just to season the outside with some fresh minced garlic. Garlic is always good. A lot of garlic, a lot of garlic, like essence and emerald, a lot of garlic. But fresh garlic, fresh herbs is always the best way to go. Anything fresh. All right, so we got 5 cloves of garlic. Use some green onions. Let's go inside of there. Gonna cut it coarsely. Ain't gotta be minced finely. Green apple. I'm gonna slice it big enough to where though it can fit inside of the orifices of the chicken. Right? It can be chunky. Everything is gonna be chunky and coarsely. That's how I like it, chunky. That's how I like it. I like them chunky, Jordan. But you want it to fit. The goal is to make it fit inside the center of your Cornish hens. All right, so that's enough of those two little Cornish hens right there, right? Make that. And an onion. All right, all of this is going to go inside the center of the hen. Easy. Trying to tell you, you're showing you on slack. Alright, so I'm gonna take these hens, right? Got my kitchen twine. Cause we gotta gotta wrap them up. Gotta string these joints up. Once you stuff them, you gotta string them up. So what I want to do, I want to take a Cornish hen, right? Seasoned Cornish hen. I make sure I put that seasoning on the inside of it also. So take your Cornish hen, take 2 pieces of garlic, put it in there. Take 2 onions, put it in there. You want to get a good mix of fruits, vegetables, onions, garlic, and everything. Put some green onions in there. Put an apple in there. Another onion, another piece of garlic, another shallot. You get the point. Very easy. So you just stuff in the center of it with the fruit, the oranges, the onions, the garlic, right? The center of it will be stuffed like that, right? So, all right, let's put one right here. Take the other one. These been brined, they've been seasoned. Now I'm stuffing them. Onion, fresh clove of garlic, orange, granny green apple, green onions, another onion. You get the point. You get the point. Another orange. Just want to stuff that center up. Put the rest of the shallots in there. The green onions that is. Put another orange in there. And this is going to make your chicken have great fresh flavor on the inside and out. Oh, another thing you can put inside of here. I almost forgot. Another thing. Rosemary. Listen, I'm trying to tell you. Fresh spring of rosemary. It smells delicious. It's very floral. And it's good flavor. Put a piece of rosemary in there. Put the whole, if you can fit the whole rosemary in there, put the whole rosemary in there. It's a very, very good herb. Very, very good herb. So, alright. Once you got your Cornish hen stuffed, apples, oranges, onions, green onions, fresh cloves of garlic, rosemary, seasoned inside and out. Take your kitchen twine, and we want to tie up. We want to cover this orifices right here, this conduit on the center of the chicken. We don't want this to fall out during the rotisserie process. So what you have to do is you have to close this, enclose it, and make sure this doesn't fall out the bottom of it for real, right? So, all right. Tie one around one leg, the little chicken tail right here, this little nub, put that around, tie it around that, right? I'm gonna show you how you do this. Take that other leg, cross it. Basically stringing it up. Get those two legs together. Right? Use that little tail, that little chicken tail, the chicken butt part, right? Get it, that string around there. And you use it to close it up. Get around that tight. Don't be afraid to use your hands on poultry. Get messy. Just make sure you clean up after yourself, you know what I mean? No salmonella contamination, no salmonella poison. As long as you clean up behind yourself, there's nothing wrong with using your hands. It's actually the best way to prepare food and cook, because when you cook with love, the energy from you comes out of you through your hands into the food. So touch your food, touch it. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure you clean. Make sure your kitchen is clean. Make sure you clean. But put your hands on it. Don't be scared. Don't be like, ew, man, I don't want to touch that. It's nasty. It's bloody chicken. But anyway, now you see the orifices is closed, and all of those fruits and peppers that I put inside of it, it won't fall out. It won't fall out. So, all right, we close the bottom part of it. Now we want to take the wings, right? Go around the top. Go around it so the wings don't move. When you put it on the prongs, you put it on the fork, You want this thing to stay tight. You want it to stay tight and compact. Just repeat the same process with the other chicken. Top the bottom first to close the orifices, to close the hole at the bottom. So just the fresh fruits that you put in the center of it will not fall out. Take the wing, take the two legs, cross them over like that. Make your string work for you. The little tail, right? It's a little part to poke out the bottom. Tie that string around there. And you use it to sequester the chicken. You use it to tie it up and make sure nothing falls out the bottom. And go around the whole bottom of it. Tie the feet to the tail. You could use some toothpicks if you wanted to. However, you don't have to. This string, if you know how to tie a poultry with kitchen twine, you can make it work. You can make it work. But sometimes you can use toothpicks. Alright, well, it's in there like that, right? Ain't coming out, ain't going nowhere. Take another string. Go around the top. Basically, you roping these up. Speaking of rotisserie chicken, I gotta shout out my man Ron, yo. So every time I make rotisserie chicken, I think about my man Ronnie. My man Ronnie in Baltimore. He has a restaurant, man. Him and his family has an awesome restaurant. It's in Baltimore. It was over Northeast Market and was also inside of South Baltimore on Washington Boulevard. It was called Nick's, right? And his rotisserie seasoning, his family's rotisserie seasoning for his chicken, like whatever that secret recipe is that they got, I'm trying to tell you, bruh, that was some of the best rotisserie chicken I've ever eaten. Like, I cook it myself and it's good. I've been trying to get Ronnie to tell me the recipe, or sell me a bag, or throw me a bag. But it's a sacred family recipe of his, man. His seasoning, his rotisserie chicken seasoning is real, real good. Really, really good. Shout out my man Ronnie, man. Alright, so we got these roped up, right? If some of the seasoning comes off, that's what we're gonna do. Hit it again, season it again. Because you want, your chicken needs to look a certain way. You know when chicken is seasoned right, it look a certain way. It don't look naked, it don't look pink. It looks dirty. And one of the ways you can keep that seasoning on there is by hitting it, the outside of it, with some olive oil, some EVOL. So this water, this liquid, is making my seasoning come off in my chicken. But I'm just gonna hit it again, real lightly, just to cover it. I could have put it back in the bowl, put it in the refrigerator until I'm ready to start rotisserie in it and let that season sit on there some more, but we're gonna hit it again on the outside. I'm gonna baste it with some olive oil anyway during the cooking process, so that's why I didn't want to over oil it, like over put olive oil, too much olive oil on there. I want my chicken to be seasoned. You heard me? Alright, now that's how it's supposed to be looking. That's how your chicken's supposed to look. Alright, so what I want to do is I want to get these birds on the prongs. hold it. So we want to do, we're going to take this, take these birds. Two. All right. What you can do is also take a sprig of rosemary. You could put it on the outside of it. Just to dress it up a little bit, give it a little bit of flavor. Rosemary is always good. Just stick it where you got that rope at, house it. Alright. So we got these birds stringed up. What we do is this one here. Right there. So, all right, once you got it, once you got your birds on your prongs like that, I don't know if you can see this, just slide it in. I'm gonna make a base, right? A sauce and a base to go over top of the birds as they're rotisserie, as they're spinning. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna hit it and I'm gonna paint them and base them as they're cooking the rotisserie. Right, go ahead, start them. About an hour and a half. And this machine is dope, man, because it's going to cook in its own fat. You already know how the game go with rotisserie, man. It's one of the best cooking methods. It spin that fat, it go all around the bird, the flavor, the fruits that's inside of it is, by spinning around, is shaking inside of it. You know, it's going upside down, left side, right. And all of that apples, oranges, and seasoning it's going to absorb all in the center of your bird. Outside of the bird seasoning. Inside got fruits, vegetables, onions, garlic, pepper, rosemary. And then on top of that, I'm gonna come back and base it. I'm gonna base it. Once You want it to start cooking first though. You don't want to base it right now because the chicken is still raw, you feel me? It's still raw. You don't want to put your base on top of raw chicken. That's contamination, salmonella poisoning. You want this thing to start cooking first. And as the skin starts to brown up and gets crispy, that's when you start modifying the skin. The base is going to modify the skin. It's going to make it flavorful. The oil is going to make the skin get crispier with that heat source. It's going to be dope. It's going to be dope. Trying to tell you, shorty. It's going to be dope. Let me try this out the way because I don't want no electric fires. But we're going to start working on mashed potatoes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some Idaho russet potatoes. Just want to dice them up easy. gonna boil these potatoes. Now, salt water. Cook to the chicken bouillon cube in there. If you wanted to, you can put chicken bouillon cube in there. You boil the potatoes in some type of flavor. It's gonna be good. Yeah. So you're gonna get that water boiling. Alright, got my potatoes. So what's going to go and this ain't even gonna take that long to cook. Mashed potatoes is real easy to cook.